All right, everybody, it's 6 o'clock. Call the meeting to order. Let's stand for the pledge. Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, welcome to our January meeting. I am in place of Charlie, our chair today, who is traveling for work or pleasure, I'm not sure, but so I enjoyed his Instagrams. So introductions, we'll go around. I'm Connor, the vice chair.
I'm Sam Goldstein.
Sam Cargill.
Jim Human. Beverly Ballas.
Kevin Gosson.
Mark Barnhart.
Matt Ostraker, yeah.
Yeah, yes,
Great, moving right along. The minutes were sent out. Is there any errors, omissions?
And thanks, Lou. Looks great.
Everything's great, so I will take a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Okay, the Artistic Visions Challenge, we had our first event, well, second event last week. Thank you to FTC for hosting. I got to be in there for a little bit and it was really well attended, which is awesome. So congrats to Sam and your team, but if you want to share your thoughts on.
I want to thank FTC and Mark and his team. I mean, the people that are involved are, stepping up. So yeah, it was great. Very well attended. We obviously are still in motion. Christine was there, so she can tell us all about it. How was we're at your part about the Artistic Visions Challenge. How was it?
It was great.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, it was great.
You need to say that 10 minutes. So go ahead.
It was, I'm sorry. I'm a
You
little
walked
bit-
right in, they were on
It was really nice. The thing that was really nice was everyone who attended, really, it was this sort of artistic love fest of people talking in this nice creative language and moving things along. And we fortunately had enough educators as well as artists to work with the kids. So yeah, I think it was great. And it's also really nice too. We opened it up for the artists to just mingle with the artists, and I got a lot of good feedback on that as well.
About 50 people attending.
That was great.
Oh, that's great.
Ian did a great job setting up.
Oh, yeah.
Artists, members of our artist advisory team and collection of students that came. We want to have 15
15 applications.
registered.
Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah.
11 are in the 11-14 age category with 2 teams. We have 3 in the 15 to 18 category.
So more younger.
We do have these postcards, if anyone.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, we would love for you to take a bunch of them and start handing them out.
Very easy you need to sign up, or we're asking folks to register to participate by January 31st. You can just scan the QR code right to the registration form. Got a whole stack.
Oh,
And I'll take some too to hand out to students working with Becca. Thank you.
Have some things? Okay. I'll do that.
Yeah, that
Las
would be
Vegas might be a good idea.
Yeah.
But I would say too, one of our students from Black Rock Theater attended the event and had great things to say the next day, so.
That's always nice when you get.
That's the best part, right? That's what's on tells you your kid was really
She got
good.
really good feedback and enjoyed the event, so.
Excellent. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
that.
there were some great kids there.
It was, I thought, all the kids.
Yes, they were really, I didn't get to talk to them.
It was the quietest, you get a group of kids here, it was the quietest, the people were just working.
Yeah.
So now the deadline is March 1st, okay?
January 31st to register, and then the artwork's due on the 1st of March.
First is the registration.
So there's,
Starts the
registration.
Registration ends on the
That's what I
31st.
thought, yeah.
And then March 1st is when the final submissions digitally. So just if anyone's giving this out, we're looking for digital submissions by March 1st. So that way we know what's coming. We know how many live performances we're gonna have, how big some of the pieces may and may not be, and then we can start looking to see where we can showcase them.
The registration includes a parental sign off and a release, so that's important. And it also gives us an idea of who's interested in participating, so we can get a rough idea as we go through this process. So next step after people register then is to submit the artwork, and as we get it digitally, we'll be able to assess where to display it, how best to display it. So we've already had some conversations with folks as to how to do that, but it's kind of hard to answer. The first question is, well, how many pieces are we talking about? What kind of space? And I can't really answer any of those questions.
Well, for instance, I mean, I don't know if Connor, if your student is going to do a performance piece, but two of the questions that came up that I know of was, did I set a time limit for performance? And I thought I've been in our conversation, I thought about like, what if they want to be a playwright? No, it's only a 10-minute play that you let know. So as long as they start to understand, what the length is and how to put that together, and also cost, and one of parents asked me, what about a price limit? And the answer was no, because either it's going to work with the criteria for creativity or not. It may be this very expensive sculpture that they build that we'll put in town square or on the town yard. It may not win anything, but it could be placed somewhere. So the cost factor, we did not put any cap on that at the moment.
So do you have a sense of what kind of stuff we're getting?
My sense is no. No, the reason I'm saying it like that is because because the creativity that was. And you can jump in.
I spoke to, we're not locked in to
Yeah.
ideas. One of them had just found out about it.
Yeah.
And came to the meeting and had an idea. And I was like, well, look, you're doing great. You already have an idea.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, but I don't know if that's what I'm gonna do. And I mean, he had just like blurted it out. It had a lot of things that needed to be worked on. I talked to him a little bit about it. And then he went to talk to another table, so he could have changed. I have no idea.
It was input. I mean, it was a collaboration for ideation. But that's what about the one who felt that he was approaching it negatively, and that was
Because that's what he's told.
I know, but then that becomes a whole nother thing of he was no. I know, but
He
that's
definitely had something going on.
there were issues. There were some issues to open up his creativity. But see, that's what was so nice about this collaboration session with you and he went over to Lori Bloom and Lynn Moore. And it was really nice because they were moving him into a better place.
Because he wanted to stay in that space of not being allowed to do it.
Right.
So he was hearing from everybody, sky's the limit, whatever your idea is okay.
It's great.
Yeah. If you're approaching it if you're approaching it negatively, that's not right. If you want to put a message out there to make people aware, do it from a positive head.
Yeah.
But so it was real interesting to start to, and that's really what we should be doing with our young artists, is to help develop that side of them. So in that regard, see, there was a lot going on. Then here's my piece. What do you think? Anyway, so
I think it's all very much in the beginning stages for most of them. So.
Well, great work. Look forward to what's on this next month. All right, we're moving along to committee updates, marketing and communications.
So our focus will be on the Artistic Vision Challenge in terms of promoting that, and also encouraging folks to share and folks to register and sign up to take the challenge. So newsletter going out next week. Any other avenues, for example, the Selectmen's newsletter through the Board of Ed. Those
And the
had good
chamber,
cooperation.
we have the town section, so.
Has been helpful. So anything, again, if you have suggestions as other places that we spread the word, don't hesitate to reach out and let me know. So that's pretty much it for that.
How are the spotlights coming along?
We do have a couple people signed up, but we're looking for additional artists that didn't come in Spotlight. So
I have a couple.
Because that's where I would go. Crush it.
we're good for now. I think we have a couple lined up. We're trying to do 2 a month, both an artist and events.
It's
That's our spotlight.
We'll do it again.
Yes, yeah,
And then
yeah. And
down
then
the
we'll
line.
reach out to them
Okay.
Just look.
directly.
Okay.
and ask for my.
Some of that's been
time.
because people say, oh yeah, I'm interested. And then we try to have a hard time
The
setting it up.
person
So
that's top of my mind is always showing. like she's a painter and a sort of assistant, she's always showing, so I think she would be on her calendar.
So we work with her to get her in the queue. And we can even just get a lot of information and have it just ready to go, so we have it all packaged. That's ideally what we want to do, so we're not like looking for content, so.
The cultural district.
Reaching out to some folks, a couple here, we're trying to set up a initial organizational meeting. Early February, sent out a couple of leads, haven't responded, just get back to me. Ability is to have an organizational meeting, just talk about some things, top of mind. Objectives. I'd like to do that before the council gets back to us relative to our application, so that we've had at least one meeting. We did submit the application for the cultural district end of January, end of December. And so I will follow up with the Cultural Alliance to see how things look. That's the plan.
Can I just say one thing? Good morning, Vietnam. Charlie.
I'm joined in.
No way.
Sorry, you were gonna say?
No, I was gonna say, so do we hope by this summer, Mark, that will be approved for cultural
I
district?
do. I think the next step, once they have done an initial review of our application, is to schedule a site visit.
Right.
Hoping that it's a little warmer than
Right.
it is right now. We'll do the site visit, but I'd like to at least make sure that we've had one meeting under our belt. Make sure, again, I'll reach to other artists within the district. Folks are aware of what we're doing, so I didn't hear about that, so.
Is there a time? I mean, I don't know if there's, once the site visit, do you know how
I don't know
long?
what I've been told it's relatively,
Short window? Oh, no, that's, okay, but that's still good.
but I also noticed that, and maybe this was the initial applications, there was some time lag associated with it.
Yeah.
So I think that's a realistic timeframe
In summer,
by this summer.
when can we start making signs?
Jumping
to
I was doing party.
Well, we can start, I have, optimistic. I don't anticipate it being denied, but.
That is something that we should think about, is where do we wanna, how do we want people, I mean, of course, we're gonna put on social media, we're gonna have press releases, but where are we gonna put signage around? To say,
How are we paying for that signage?
and how are we paying, well, we have a budget that market, a very generous budget.
But
that
that's
we're-
for FY 26.
Yes, beginning July 1.
But that starts
Okay,
July
so,
1, so.
great.
So speaking of budget, we got through the first pass with the first selectman, rather, it has one board selectman. The first selectman said, sounds good. So we have $30,000 that he's gonna recommend.
That's great. That's nice work. Yay.
That's not the easy part.
26, starting July 1.
Nice.
I just put $30,000 in as a placeholder.
And no one complained.
FY 26.
So when do they start talking, when the RTN, it goes to the, then it's the full board of selectmen, then it goes to the board of finance, then it goes to RTM.
So
So you're talking-
all the way through that.
That's not until end of April.
Right.
By which time,
In May, sorry, you're right, end of May.
by which time we should know definitively that we've
Right.
gotten our approval, so that could be making signs.
Yeah, and kind of what I had envisioned, it's like a basket of different options that total up to $30,000. You can do X and at $1,500 each, or a mural at $10,000 or $15,000. So it's like a couple different options that you pursue. So it's not like we can make it work if they come back and say, oh, we're only gonna give you 20,000, we'll come up with a budget for that, so.
And that's not to say that we can't get,
No one's cutting the fine arts budget, but $30,000 won't even go to the vote, it'll be before we even get to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fire, police.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the big,
Good stuff.
and education, that's what you debate about, no one's gonna care about, in fact, we should ask for more. It's on the record.
How you say?
I
I thought it was a good start.
It's a great start, great start.
I think we also should start to think I like thinking in advance that how we're going to
Yeah.
announce it.
Where are we gonna put signs?
Signs and also have an art show to
Rating?
to commemorate this, so our community and start really letting people know the Fairfield's Arts Commission has done something.
So maybe, Mark, when you hear back, with like,
Cultural lands?
yeah, then we can start to form a subcommittee on what the rollout's gonna look out. Yeah.
We have your advisory board, and Lou, Ian, and Charlie, and Matt are on that. So they would probably be the people that would come back to the commission with a rollout plan.
Okay. Okay.
You weren't here.
No, yeah, we
You are?
talked about it.
Oh, maybe you are, I'm sorry.
It's not-
He's not here.
Okay.
That's how you get put on the board. You're not here, you're voted in.
That's how it happened.
The challenge, we talked about it in the corner, they asked us that night.
So that's fine.
Anyway, good idea, we'll definitely pursue.
But like the sign on the side of I-90, it says Fairfield Arts District that we're gonna get, don't we have to apply for that
We do.
a long time in advance? Should we start that now or should we
I
definitely?
think we have to wait till we're actually having.
Okay, because we definitely want that.
And that goes through our state representative.
Yep.
Because Brenda Kupchak, she was state rep, got one for the village of Southport. Sign on exit
yeah.
20,
Yeah.
that was a big deal, so you have to,
Okay.
We haven't, that sign's fine on Mill Plain, it's fine.
It says, what does it say? It says Arts District?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it was,
That's why, you know, when
That's right.
people would say, I thought we already had one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
It's
it's
on the
right.
sign.
You're right, it's Is that the only one? Is there one?
Yes.
There's
that's,
nothing on I-95, so yes, there is an application, I'm familiar with the process.
and that's the only sign that I got feedback on from different people around saying the same thing. I thought we had one because I saw that one sign.
Right.
So it's gonna be bigger and better.
Exactly.
All right, moving on. Discussion of next artist mixer events. So we need a location for our next one.
What's the date of that one?
I don't think we.
We don't have a date.
yet.
Well, I
so
said
we're-
spring, I'd be interested.
Yeah, you've indicated, spring. I was hoping that we might have something before like April. Sometime in- You know, part of the thought process here is we did have some requests at the collaboration station event. This is great. Is there another opportunity for us to get together with artists and get some feedback as our projects evolve? We don't have anything scheduled, but my thought was, geez, if we had an arts mixer, it could serve two purposes. We could invite, obviously, the public, but also members of the artist advisory team, as well as any of the student artists to come. We just need a venue and a date.
Yeah, and the other thing too, I mean, are we opposed to teaming up with like a local restaurant? Maybe it doesn't have to be in
It
the.
does not have to be so if there's interest and, you know, we can certainly reach out to folks that are not in this room. It doesn't have to be a venue of one of the commission members, but it could be
I think we've used all the commission member venues.
at least one.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Right.
and we're expanding, so we have the barn that we're in, we have 2/3, and then the 1/3 that was empty for a while, they finally let us.
Oh, that's
take.
great.
Yeah, so I'm excited about it, but I think we're gonna do a gallery there, it's empty until
So if you're looking at your building, where,
the big green barn. Our door is here, and then to the right, nobody ever noticed it.
no, I never noticed that.
It was a
Well,
marketing firm.
Any thoughts in terms of a potential venue?
Well, it's
I'm happy
empty
to
right
reach
now,
out.
is why I'm saying like I'm able to do an indoor one sooner, because that space next to me is empty and we're paying rent until we take it out.
Oh.
So it's an upstairs downstairs situation with a loft, so the loft and the upstairs would probably be fine for this. You could go look at it if you.
Okay.
Mark, we could probably utilize the spaces at the different libraries around town too.
That was going to be my fallback, which is to talk to Scott over at the library and see if he would like to host something or.
Yeah, I just think we should be
Pequot. Pequot too?
Yeah.
Sure, they have a great space.
Yeah.
They do.
They're very open to it. I've already hit them up.
Yeah, I like Pequot.
I can.
I mean, I would rather do it when it.
It's
we can
warmer.
Be like,
Right.
yeah.
I think your place is better if you could be outside too, inside and outside. Do you think, Christine?
Yes, I
I think
think.
it might be pushed it for February, but yeah, for sure.
Where's that?
I'll announce the dates in a minute.
And I just think we should also be cognizant of the feedback that we've gotten from previous ones that people were looking for a little bit more than just come and say hi. They want some type of
I think
structure.
Yeah, I think with what Mark was saying, and not to belabor the artistic visions, but to blend those together, that gives them something, that gives a reason to be there. So just to extend the collaboration concept, so I think that is we know we're gonna get a bunch of people because we already have them.
Right.
So,
Does that mean we need the same format, Sam, or we need tables?
no.
Well, then how are the
We-
applicants gonna get feedback if we can't give them a space?
We'll do it in a different fashion, instead of just saying table to table. We'll figure out who's gonna attend, and, because there may be other participants, and then we'll just separate our artists from the participants and have them have the conversation. It needs to be thought out a little bit more.
I think we
but-
need to know.
Yeah,
I think first I get a venue and
Yeah.
a date, and then we can figure out how to lay out the space and how to organize a program around it.
Yeah.
It's good to have some thought initially to select a venue, but
What are people looking for besides just talking
I
to
think-
each other
I
about?
think for a lot of people, like, I'm the opposite of this, like coming from a theater background, I'll talk to anybody, but
yeah,
I think for a lot of people, like adults, they're shy, like they're used to working by themselves. So I think like some type of structured,
to kind of force them together.
yeah, because I think a lot of people are like, if they talk to one person for the whole event, like that was a big deal. So I think they're looking for a little more hand holding.
I will say that's why the collaboration station worked, because, you also had artists that were talking to each other. I don't know that they necessarily knew each other
Right.
to start off with, and there was a lot of discussion back and forth. So it was kind of like there was a structure that forced people to interact and engage with one another.
I think people really enjoyed the first event that we did at FTC. Because it was a little bit more structured, because people were sitting at
So then
tables.
Yeah.
we need more space with tables.
That's what I think.
I think you're
Yeah.
right. I think that's the way to
tables
do
at
it.
the Pequot,
We're gonna be separating.
do they have tables at the Pequot, right, that we could set up and.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have
Tables.
plenty of tables and chairs at Pequot.
Tables and chairs.
Yeah, I mean, either any of the libraries would probably work from a table, chair, organization standpoint. Preference in terms of date?
Well, if we're gonna piggyback to try and keep these people interested, I would look at February 6th or 13th. Those are the two, we like Thursday, right? The next Thursdays, huh?
Doesn't have to be, but it could.
Well, it's so far, that's like the magic day.
I think that's a little soon.
I think it's hard for
I'm
me to
definitely not
put
gonna
it-
do that.
Yeah. I feel like we should do it in March. Don't you wanna?
March is when, yeah, but March is when the stuff is due.
Before 3/31?
The idea would be to
Oh, we have to-
do it before artwork is due on the
Yeah.
1st of March.
On the
So
1st of March.
In February.
March
Yeah.
1st.
Yeah, March 1st, so I was thinking February 6th or 13th,
I think the 6th is a little soon.
Yeah.
okay?
I'm not here that anyway, but.
13th? I know we can do a Valentine's Day.
Look at the,
Or any day
That's
that
a
week or
Wednesday.
something, that's a Thursday. The 13th is
Pequot's willing, you think Pequot would give us the space in the evening, Sam?
Yeah, but if they have a really,
Robust calendar.
exactly, just give me, we lock down a date, I can go to Stephanie, I'll text her tonight.
you want to talk to her about the 13th
The 13th of
February?
Let me just look on the calendar and
See
see if
what
there's
she has.
anything already there.
you already have the calendar right there.
I'm just trying-
I think it's 6 o'clock again?
Yeah, I would,
How about Wednesday? 12?
It only goes through February 3rd right now, their calendar. so
I'm sending her a
see
note.
that.
The 13th,
Yeah. Figure out how to, I don't know how to navigate their
It doesn't.
No, for me, I don't care. It depends
I'm
usually.
not here either of those days, the 6th.
6 o'clock.
6 to
12.
7, 8.
Sorry.
It will be really for the other artists. I mean, I don't know their schedules. It just seemed like the educators and the other artists wound up being there.
The only thing to think about, the 13th, that Fairfield Public Schools goes on break, starting that after school on the 13th, so you might get a lot of people travel, like leaving town.
Correct.
That Thursday.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay, I didn't know that was the break. Okay.
Yeah, the 13th through the 17th is the.
13th is
It's open.
Friday.
Is a Thursday, so they're off school Friday, so people might go skiing Thursday night after school
We
and
don't
work.
get a normal week of winter break anymore, so we get long weekend.
Okay.
So we want to switch to Wednesday?
I was in school.
Is that why we want to go to the 12th? The 12th?
Well, Mark can't do the 12th.
Yeah, I know, Charlie and I can't do the 12th.
I know, of course, it's Lincoln's birthday. It was Lincoln's birthday.
Well, there's, all right, I sent her a note.
Okay.
There's nothing on their calendar.
Yeah, we can look.
Is there any reason we couldn't do the 20th or?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, the 20th.
Could do the 20th.
Okay, let me send her notes. 20th.
Look,
Okay, she says looks open and available. I will add to our calendar for the 13th, but I just sent her or 20th. She was texting me.
That's not funny.
When she comes back.
we can always move the March 1st.
Yeah, so I think we'd probably have a better idea as we get into February as to whether or not we want to move that date. And
Yeah.
say, oh, you have an extra
2 week
week.
extension.
2 weeks.
I know.
Right, so.
How many people?
It's built in.
She's asking.
How many people?
Like historically, it's been
50?
15 to 25,
Yeah, so 30.
so hopefully
20th,
more.
they do have something from 5 to 6.
We do this in conjunction with the Artistic Vision Challenge, I think we might be.
On the 13th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
20th. Okay. I'll just say 50.
Yeah, I would say somewhere in that range, 25 to 50.
50 max.
What?
I had 2 events.
I know, right?
All right, we'll reconvene on that date. We'll get it here. Any other business that we can talk about?
Oh, hello. I've talked to some of you in the past about an idea for participating, bringing the Fairfield Arts Commission together with the Chamber of Commerce. And I don't know, I think some of you knew Susie Basler, and she was responsible for a lot of the fundraising at Project Return down in Westport. And she had a fantastic fundraiser with birdhouses. And the Chamber of Commerce, we have our spring fundraiser at the end of April. It'll be April 24th this year at Penfield. And the chamber and the town, we do work together on certain collaborative events, either from the community side or from the business side. And I thought that since this commission has just surfaced and has come together and has solidified, if there would be interest in any of you and other people who are not here to want to participate at our event to silent auction a birdhouse. And you've just done this, or you did do this in Denver, right? A while ago. So I'd like to connect the dots. I like to connect people together and to give more exposure to this commission within town, which is fairly new. We would have each artist in our program. You can be there certainly and be part of it and talk about what you do. And just create a little more excitement and opportunity at our event to for you to create and a display to be silent auction at our event. It is the 24th. This would be a collaborative effort, at least in this piece of it. The event is a lot of pink and green. this was the flyer that we had last year. I'll pass that around. This is just a working one for this year, but I need to introduce that much bigger if we can do that. And Susie was very successful with this, and I like engaging the arts. I love the arts. It's another way that the chamber, which is about the business community, can come together along with the town. And I wanted to see if anyone would be interested in this as an idea. This did develop with more artists over the years. I think she held this almost 15 or 16 years. And I like putting it together. Of course, you're not making any money, so this is a volunteer thing, but it's exposure to our business community now. And last year we had about 150 people. We have about 5 or 6 restaurants come in and serve light bites. Lowe's comes in with tastings, Fifth State comes in. We have Beer Illicit came in last year. It's just a beautiful evening. Townspeople come in, but the business community comes in, and the banks come in, and the smaller businesses and the banks come in, and maybe that's future opportunity for work or to do whatever.
We're asking the commission to help spread the word to artists who may want to contribute a birdhouse art piece.
Yes.
Or a silent auction as part of this event. And in exchange, there'll be some recognition of the artists and their work as part of a display. They'd have complimentary admission to the event.
Exactly, and that's why he's the director of economic development.
I'm just trying to.
You just said it beautifully. I was kind of all over the place on that. Thank you. Yeah, so that is what I'm asking. That is exactly what I'm asking, and to see if anyone would be excited, would want to attend. I'm sure that there's others as part of the commission as well. So yes, the answer is yes.
So we can put it on our social media.
Yep.
Take your flyer, put it on the social media and spread the word.
Okay, so I'll update the flyer because it will be this one.
Do you have any information on like, what's the bird, I mean, there's.
The theme would be shoreline, I'm thinking for this year. And shoreline could be boats, lighthouses, it could be crabs in the water, horseshoe crabs in any way, birds, all of that, kayaks, anything having to do with shoreline, I
Going
think.
back to Kelly, you can have a catfish mouth open.
Well, that's right.
Get us the.
Like the specs and when it's due.
regulations on it, and then
Yes.
information, I can advertise it at the studio, and definitely there's a
Oh,
bunch
great.
of artists there that would probably be interested. When the Beardsley Zoo did the endangered species tables.
Oh, that's right.
We had
Yes.
6 people at the studio. Tables.
Oh, no
Very
kidding.
elaborate, yeah.
And we're at Penfield this year, which is much bigger. I typically have held this event at the Burr Mansion. So inside it's a little, I love the Burr Mansion, but it's just all these little rooms. And then this last year, we had a gigantic tent out behind the Burr, which was also nice. But I think Penfield will be much more conducive to giving one whole side to this. And then in the press release, of course, I would have everyone in the press release. And so I like every aspect of it is to support art, working with the town, helping the chamber, introducing you to the business community. So that's my idea, as Mark so beautifully said. So I would need to, is there a vote required for commission? Or
I'm hearing
I thought we already
general-
talked about this.
I hear
We
general
did,
consensus.
but I don't know if everyone was here.
So you can just work with me.
Okay, that's fine.
Get it out to,
Okay.
our mailing list, put it in the newsletter, have Mary Alice included in most social media.
Okay.
Do we tag this with, how does the art commission get part of this?
Well, we mentioned you would be front and center in the flyer for sure. And then what we do on the chamber side, but like you said, your newsletter. I would have the press release mention this commission as well. and anyone who would like to participate. And then each year the theme can change, and it's just fun and a way to work together, business and arts.
Great.
Thank you, thank you.
Great. I will take a motion to adjourn.
I like this. I'll tell you, I want you on my board of directors as chairman. Can you do that?
Charlie, you beat your record.
That's okay. As long as we keep it under an hour, I'm happy.
The library set, February 13th, there's an event on the 20th, 6 to 8. It's gonna be put on the calendar. I need to confirm tomorrow, so if you can check with our colleagues, so.
But that's the 13th, not the 20th, right?
Right, they can't do the 20th.
Okay.
So I think we have to go.
It is,
Or the
it is
19th,
right, it is
maybe?
leading right into the,
If it's the break, then, yeah, probably, yeah, I would think teachers and
Yeah.
whatnots will want to be.
Yeah, I would say we should not do another 13th.
So let's look at 20th.
That's right, next
Let's look at
Monday,
venue.
Wednesday too.
No, 20th won't work for
We'll
Peacock.
cut the Pequot, so.
Oh, so you gotta look at somebody else.
I just moved a mountain for you.
I'll go.
He'll go. We'll go, so.
I'll drink 50.
All right, 6:36, we are adjourned. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.